Bienvenidos a Alan Wake, parte 4. Vamos a ver, seguir viendo a Alan con sus monólogos y vamos a ver si entendemos algo.
I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
La verdad.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
Bueno, en el papel dice que le
Right
pega
now,
esto.
it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient in my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you lie.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus. There were only empty sheets of paper here. No manuscript pages. The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
Drama Queen.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good. This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip. Except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course.
En su propio cartel ahí. No quiero. Soy un paciente rebelde. Un juego de... Mirá, una Xbox 360. Qué tiempos. Sí. ¿Qué onda con esto? Ese soy yo apuntándole a alguien con la hacha.
I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
Espérame, doctor, tengo que investigar todo. intensa pintura. Medio creepy el señor ahí.
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice
Como
drowned,
que Alice está muerta.
and you couldn't face that.
Al
You're
parecer
suffering from hallucinations,
es lo que me está
paranoid
diciendo
delusions,
el
unusual
doctor.
thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario.
Todo
in which
revuelve
your
alrededor
actions
mío,
are
soy un
affecting
narcisista.
reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from a tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Si no fuera por la señora rara, le estaría creyendo. Por la señora que
Pero
me...
puede ser un delirio de él también.
Y si me dio la llave al principio, antes del accidente. Un reloj del sol.
Ujú.
Enséñeme más, doctor.
Never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way, follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now, we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the
I
illness.
let him talk.
I'm
Hartman
the one
obviously
trying
wanted
to
his
bring
own
you out
voice.
of the world.
His words echoed madly inside my head.
But I
I
can't
dug my
do it
nails into the
myself.
palms of my hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me.
Era
Once
bonito
you
que
accept
Hartman
that,
decía
we
que
can
le
begin
gustaba
the
escuchar su
journey
propia
towards
voz.
recovery.
Ya bueno.
Let's go inside. Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Señor, ¿qué haces atrás del sofá?
Scary, scary, scary.
Emerson,
No, me arrepiento de no poder usar melee.
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson,
Okay, sorry. Ew.
that's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on video games. It's trash, of course, but it does involve some small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
Sí, tiene una remera con un monigote de pixel art. Ah, es un ninja. Es un ninja en pixel art. Por eso.
Come, Alan, this way.
No lo puede decirme, señorita. A su mundo, pobrecito. No quiero terminar así, che.
Oh, hello. I've painted you.
Okay.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah?
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better.
Dijo que me estaba dibujando a mí.
I guess I'd better start wrapping this up. The storm is almost here. Look at that. I'd hate to be out there tonight.
Eso es oscuridad, no es tormenta. Necesito mi revólver. Ah, el buen café.
Hay que seguir al doctor.
Sí, sí, pero estoy explorando todo. El doctor que espere. No mucho. Ah, pensé que iba a haber un capítulo de Night Springs. ¡Hey!
¿What?
¿What? Tengo que... Ana, ¿tenés el celular?
No, se está cargando.
Tengo que analizar ese QR.
¿Por qué un QR ahí?
No sé, vamos a ver. Alan Wake Tag 3. Te lleva a la página de Alan Wake.
¡Posta!
Y no sé por qué hay un meme que dice... A ver si puedo... Voy a poner el link en la descripción después. De la página a la que te lleva.
Entonces, sí, capaz que haya más.
Parece un meme.
Es un meme.
Es un meme del creador de Max Payne. Y unas pinturas que parecen de tarot. ¿Ves? Hay que explorar mucho. Y hay de todo ahí. ¿Qué dice el...? Más café. Que todavía no sé para qué sirve.
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Ah, está sin la llave. Bueno, ahora sí que no me queda otra que seguirlo.
Nice, Saúl.
No hubo. ¿Tiene claro ese spam, señora? No, no hay más nada. Fue por acá, ¿no? Mira, vos.
Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it,
Se
continue.
escucha un... Ah, ahí está. Bienvenidos a la clínica de Cauldron Lake. Aquí podemos dar la ayuda especializada que necesite. Sin embargo, debe cumplir estos requisitos. Pida a sus familiares y amigos que concierten citas para visitarlo. Así no interferirán con su terapia y o periodos de creatividad. Debe respetar las necesidades de privacidad y espacio vital del resto de los pacientes, especialmente durante sus procesos creativos. No tenga prisa, nuestros pacientes suelen padecer problemas creativos a largo plazo que no se solucionan en un día. Tómese el tiempo necesario. Tenga en cuenta que recibirá voluntariamente un tratamiento específico para su problema, la terapia del compromiso, TM. Bueno, Trademarket, y su método asociado, el flujo. Trademarket, deben ser los libros de Hartman. Son más eficaces cuando es usted quien les da forma y los conduce. Si tiene cualquier duda, no dude en hacérnoslo saber. Bueno, Hartman, te construiste tremendo lugarcito, hermano. Unas buenas caricias en la espalda solo, ¿sabes?
My rheumatism is killing me. There's a
El día de los
storm
viejos.
coming. Oh, what a storm.
Los que estaban en
Sí.
la cafetería.
En el capítulo 1.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had a, how should I put this, a heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that, there's more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Pobre.
No, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room. Try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
Yo no estoy al nivel de esta gente.
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
A mí
Oh,
también.
he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Say, you're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm. The Anderson farm. Valhalla! We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message. Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant, Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He, too, had a way with words.
Un momento, ¿quién era Saint? ¿Te acordás?
El otro escritor.
My head was cleared up,
Cosas.
or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom, got any booze on you?
Yeah, no.
We have a stash of the special stuff at the farm. Our own formula. Local ingredients. Medicine clears your head right up. Makes you remember like moonbeams on the brain. Oh, I just noticed leather patches on the elbows. That's not very rock and roll. Tom just lost his all. Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn witch. She used us all, taken from all of us. Took my thunder, the witch, and my rings. What was it? What were they? Memory and thought. The hag. She took something from you too, didn't she? That's what she does. We're better off. This place, the lake, it gives you power. If you're a creator and an artist, on God. Heaven shifted in their sleep in the darkness of the lake. Yeah, that's the one. She makes sure it comes out twisted and wrong. Just ask the lamp lady. She knows what happened to that other writer. She's been using you, boy, and you let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you? Now, it was already open a crack. And whose fault is that? We're morally corrupt, disease-ridden, old and stupid. Doesn't mean he had to open it all the way, goddammit. So tired. Built the farm close to the lake. A place of power. We had parties there, man. You should go there and have a party.
Sí, creo que voy a tener una fiesta con bengalas.
Well, he's the boss.
I may need a hand here later on, Burge. The storm's bound to make you know who jumpy. You know how they get.
Gotcha. Doc's got me looking at the wake here, but I don't really need to rowdy.
I'll do that, Burge.
¿Está viendo?
Hey, wait. Why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
The doors were locked. Hartman and the nurses would have keys, but there was no way to get my hands on them.
No con eso. No con esa cara.
Something's wrong.
Sí, un capítulo.
I'm not myself.
No.
It's hard to think. There's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Definitivamente en la tele había oscuridad. No, supongo que tenemos que ir a la habitación.
Told me to write. I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk.
Disol está cerrado.
The white glare of the blank page image in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Hey, wait! You stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here. Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we? Well, things are unraveling fast, aren't they, Muscle?
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's kids, she had to tell me. I could get this destiny from Sinclair. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he would keep me.
It's time to pay the price.
Las llaves. De todo. No, no de todo.
Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Wow.
Hartman wasn't happy. Maud could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
O sea, todos los manuscritos están como complotando en contra mío.
Now, Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's problems?
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake. What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes. And I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I try, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems. Always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him. And we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here. Even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here. sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut of this. Just a recording.
Rudolph Lane's case is interesting. He was completely blocked, and frankly, I was about to discard him as useless. However, once Wake arrived and started writing, something changed in Rudolph. He's producing extraordinary work, increasingly dark pieces. Unfortunately, he doesn't respond to direction at all. And it's my belief that he's not so much a creator as an illustrator, perhaps, a recorder of sorts. I hadn't considered the existence of such a role before, let alone its implications, but the paintings he has produced are informative. At least he's easily controlled and useful. I wish I could say the same about Wake. It's frustrating that the best subjects are always so damn difficult to deal with.
I'm buying that. I was tailing Wheeler, and this is the only place he could have gone. That means Wake is probably there too.
Agent Nightingale, this is private property, and I will not allow you to disturb my patients.
Yeah? I can get a warrant. How would your fragile little patients like that?
Oh, I'm thoroughly intimidated by your mighty authority now, Agent.
Listen, you smug snob. How would you like it if I busted through this gate and knocked you around a little?
Agent Nightingale, first of all, I'm recording this conversation, so you might want to watch what you say. Secondly, you're not dealing with a hick now. I know the law, and if you can get a judge to grant a warrant, I'll be glad to cooperate. But you won't get one. Be advised that any further communications with me are to be made through my lawyer.
I don't believe this.
Good day, Agent.
Yeah.
Ese es el que disparó.
El que estaba re loquito.
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
Barry!
Barry?
Ow! About time!
Barry! Man, I'm glad to see you.
We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
A ver, Barry me creía, Barry vio toda la oscuridad y los cuervos.
You're sliding back to the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea.
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Ahí tenés, Wake no está loco. Mierda. te canses ahora, hermano.
Tienes que esperar que desaparezca.
Oh. Pero a veces no sé reconocer qué es oscuridad y qué es simplemente... Bueno, vamos a leer en el medio de la oscuridad.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning, even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach.
Eso, como me consiguió agarrar.
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
Uy, mírate lo que falta.
El número que se llama Booktube.
Want access to thousands of applications? Verizon Wireless has you covered. Check out the latest games. Discover new music and old favorites. Social networking, sports scores, news.
Estoy viendo propagandas dentro de un juego.
No matter what you're into, Verizon Wireless can satisfy your never-ending appetite for
Mientras me
apps.
persigue la oscuridad.
Check out Vcast apps and load up
Ah, la época de los celulares y eso. ¡Qué old! Que sí, estaba en sí, la vi.
¡Ay, ya!
Pero mi hermano. Me voy a curar. Sí, no tengo la linterna. No puedo abrirla con las llaves. Tampoco tengo bengala. Eso tiene oscuridad. Sí, voy a tener que hacer que la rompa la cosa esa. Es muy difícil esquivar, esquiva muy poco.
I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over
Gracias, Barry. También. Tengo que sacar el inventario otra vez, mi rifle.
Uy, laberinto.
Siempre pegate a la derecha y vas a encontrar salida. No confíes en Emil. ¿Te acuerdas quién era Emil? Bueno, escrito.
I stared at the biking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
Ah, eso es lo que construyeron los viejos. Gracias, Barry. Maestro Barry, de alto altos oídos tiene. Está tanqueando la bengala el desgraciado. Como te dije, siempre el lado derecho.
Muy interesante porque no lo sabía.
No, o sea, es que si te pegas a una pared tarde o temprano vas a llegar a la salida. El tema es cuando cambias de decisión y te vas de un lado para el otro. Uy, doctor. Esto lo voy a disfrutar. Espero que se quede quieto y no empiece a saltar por todo. Están atacando re rápido los cuervos.
No sé cómo te salvaste de esa.
Por el café, bebé. No, en realidad es porque justo junté un arma de bengala y se la tiré a los pájaros. Solamente por eso me salvé. Estaban re agresivos esos pájaros. Siempre tardan un montón en atacar, pero me atacaron re rápido. Manuscritos. Y una escopeta.
Muro la escopeta.
Sí.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver.
¿Quién era Mod?
No lo recuerdo.
Me cuesta llevarle el ritmo
A los personajes sí, a mí también. Por ahora sabemos que no hay que confiar en Emil.
que no sé, tengo que apresar el shift para que
La puerta.
Me hacen cagar los objetos.
Y como que entre una piña y una carretilla en la cara.
Pero
tiene sentido.
Sí. Manuscrito. Solo que así me lo pido. Ahí está. Un logro.
Me imaginé que era un logro eso.
Sí.
He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay. Okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
No, Barry.
Hay algo escrito en la pared.
Sí. Emil me hizo hacerlo. Emil, capaz que es la...
Tom, do it.
Ah, hizo hacerlo Tom. Tom era el de cazador.
Tom Zane era el que había... el otro escritor.
Sí, pero ¿qué otro escritor?
¿Se acuerdan de que nombraron a un escritor que se llamaba Tom Zane, pero que no encontraron ningún registro de sus escrituras?
Tengo que ayudar a Barry. Se muere Barry.
Ahí también había una indicación.
Casi me caigo. El arma de bengala es lo más potente que existe, mata a uno.
Y los flashbangs.
Sí. Debo volver. Acá. Barry. Ahí va, Barry. Creo que estás bien y sano.
Veremos.
Por ahora.
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bull-headed, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could
Sí, le pegó a
down,
Hartman.
give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he had had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Mary,
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so...
Dale, hermano.
I'll find it, don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah.
hurry up, Mary.
I'm on it. It's got me here. Just hang on.
¡Salí!
¡Ay, qué acosador!
Ow.
¿Qué un cartel?
Tell me we're headed for the nearest. You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
Una cama de rayo.
I'm crazy, but that's fine.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the
But
craziest.
maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can.
Al,
I know. Listen, I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on, but they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm area. We just need to find it. Look out!
Uy. No, la linda camioneta. Otra vez al bosque.
Encima medio moribundo.
Medio moribundo, sin linterna.
Y sin pistola.
Sí.
Man, you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way. Man, what a drop! Don't worry, you're cut out is fine.
Forget that. Are you okay?
I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down though. It's like a sheer wall. Hell, there's something moving down here.
Barry needs to take it. Use a flare, Barry.
Yeah!
Barry, are you all right?
I'm good, Al. I'm great. Guess you never messed with anyone from New York City before, huh? You're gonna have to find your way around to the farm, Al. I'll be waiting.
Barry, just wait for me, okay?
Al, I'm not staying here. It's suicide. I'm going to the farm. I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area. You can catch up.
Voy a bajar por las maderas, no seas cago. ¡Oh!
Now he's Rambo. This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
Con esa gana va a alcanzar a Barry. Las cosas explotan por... Oh.
Porque sí.
Generador. No, para... Todo sea por el manuscrito.
La página del manuscrito.
When he stopped the car at the Anderson farm, Walter felt relieved. Oblivion was close at hand. The brothers wouldn't miss a jar of moonshine or two in the booby hatch. But then he saw the man on the porch, and he knew who it was. Driving for his life and knowing it was useless, he didn't realize he was crying until he couldn't see the road for the tears.
Se van a volver locos, de verdad. Oh, hay algo así. No puedes correr tampoco. Por Dios, todos los capítulos le digo.
Ay, pero...
O sea, no tiene glándulas de adrenalina el tipo este.
¡Ay, a la puerta!
Sí, pero no puedo ir ni para arriba ni para abajo.
No, ahí. Yo tendré que encenderlo.
Manuscrito.
Agent Nightingale stared at the passed out rider. The man was sleeping off one hell of a night. Nightingale felt a stab of envy in Wake's oblivion, but he had a job to do. He put the gun to Wake's head and almost became a murderer. His hand shook and his throat felt tight and dry. Biting his teeth, he tried again to pull the trigger. He lost the nerve. Wake stirred. Nightingale would have to settle for an arrest.
¿Por qué quería matarlo? Estaba durmiendo. Ahí está el generador. Completa oscuridad.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
No confíes en nadie en la oscuridad. Dale. Buah. ¿Sabes qué? Deja. Y ahora seguro se cansa este tipo y... Pásalo.
Para Garu.
Un auto.
Car was driving away from the farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of leaping before looking.
Cuéstense.
El revólver. Solamente una linterna más grande. Vamos, vamos.
The car was heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
Dios.
I had seen glimpses of the light. I had seen it in my dream. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path.
¿No era Dios?
No, era un spaceman. O alguien en un traje, según...
The dark presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. But it was still bound to follow the story and chained to the dark place it came from. When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free.
Salud.
Un termo.
The storm raged on as the Anderson brothers walked unsteadily away from the clinic with the other patients in tow, knowing that this time they wouldn't return. The darkness around them seethed with horrors, but Tor and Odin were unafraid. Their eyes glinted with guile. They knew every secret path, and there was blood on their hands. They had fought these shades before. Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm.
The taken are filled with darkness.
Sí, eso ya lo sabemos. Los que están tomados por oscuridad están llenos de oscuridad. Uno no puede venir a buscar su café tranquilo. Nada. Solamente café.
Café y amigos.
Buah. ¿Cuántas van a tirar? Buah. Bueno. Ajá.
I could see the car, but there was no sight of the driver.
Okay.
Hello? Anybody here? Mary!
No! Danny, you're not! Ah! Please! Ah! What are you? Ah! No! Don't! I'm sorry! Ah!
I know you. You were in jail the other day.
I went to the farm again for the moonshine, you know. It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. My buddy, Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him. Like a real bad follow-up to a real good movie. The best friend's some bad guy who wrote this crap anyway.
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. No one will survive. Darkness will consume everything. This is what it's wanted all along. It will be free, unstoppable. It used Alice to get to me, dangled her in front of me to keep me going. It was never going to release her. I'm going to change this.
I'll escape. I've written myself into the story. I'm now the protagonist. This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Atlas. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay true for this to work. There have to be victims along the way. Near escapes, cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain that the hero will succeed or even survive. He almost has to die. I'll write my own escape into the story next. I need help. Zane's going to be the one who will help me. I'll make it happen.
Ok, eso explica un poco por qué es posible que estemos dentro de la historia que escribió durante la semana que estuvo. Inconsciente. O sea, que no era inconsciente, que no recuerda.
¡Qué duro!
Y se va al león.
Danny, huh?
The front door was locked.
Intentaba abrir igual. Exploré todo. Sí. O sea, estamos. El lago hace posible las historias y Alan tiene que escribir.
¿Hay alguna especie de entidad?
Good distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast. If Barry wasn't up here, he was probably in trouble down at the farm. For a moment, I felt bad for doubting him. After all, I made it this far myself. But Barry was Barry.
Flashbang. Con algo manuscrito, ¿verdad? En una página. Sí, señor.
For a moment, Hartman considered strangling the idiot. Mott was mean-spirited, but easily manipulated. An emotional infant who lived for his approval. Wake, by contrast, was a far more difficult subject. Mott had given him too much leash. In 2 days, who knew what could happen? Hartman would have to find a way to rein him in, and quickly.
O sea, las páginas que... Estas... No encontré ninguna todavía.
Sí, encontraste una.
No. Encuentra esta página en el modo dificultad pesadilla.
Ah. O sea que no vamos a tener el manuscrito completo.
No. Una vez que termine el juego me voy a YouTube. Como Dios manda. Café. ¿Por qué hay un café acá?
¿Por qué hay café?
Supuestamente estamos en la historia y cada vez junto café.
¿Puedo seguir escribiendo?
Paz. Y obviamente vamos a explorar todo lo que hay para explorar. Ahí está el autito que nos gusta.
Really?
Sí, mira.
Yes. Obviamente nos vamos en ese.
nada. Creo. Otra estación donde se puede escuchar la radio seguramente.
Well, as I'm sure everyone's noticed, that storm we all felt coming is finally here. The boys at the Weather Service reckon it'll last until morning, at the very least. Pertaining to that, let me read that missing persons alert again. The Sheriff's Department's still looking for a Caucasian woman, 30 years old, slim and blonde with blue eyes. She may be lost in the woods, and it's possible she's been injured in a car accident. If you see her, please make sure you get her indoors and call the sheriff. It's bad weather to be caught out in, so if you see someone in the area who maybe looks a little confused, give them a hand, all right? This is Pat Maine on KBF FM. Hoping you're all safe and warm tonight.
Hace caso a Alan. Permiso.
No me rompa el autito,
Ahora, parece que hay algo ahí. Pero... ¿cómo que te levantaste, desgraciado? Pensé que podría haber una página ahí. Está como muy en el medio. Y bueno, el autito está medio. Ah, tengo que pasar aquí a...
No iban los creepy de nuevo.
¿A qué le ladrarán? Otra vez vos. Está jodiendo. ¿Qué? ¿Me mató de una?
Yes.
¿Me estás jodiendo? Me mató... Bah. Hace lo que quiere con la dificultad de este juego.
Well, as I'm sure everyone's noticed, that storm we all felt coming is finally here. The boys at the Weather Service reckon it'll last until morning, at the very least.
Una caja. Sin páginas. No.
I'd known the brothers used to be some kind of rock stars, but it hadn't really sunk in until I saw this stage.
Out! Run! Incoming! There's too many of them! God damn!
I'm so glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Bronson. Shut up and shoot!
Ow! We have to fight them all! I can tell through the fireworks from here and help you out!
Me están pegando.
Hold on! I'll try to get the stage lights on!
Pero rompió la bengala, hermano. Isso? Creo que los limpió a todos esa última explosión.
Estuvo muy buena esta parte.
Sí.
Con buena música de fondo.
That was awesome!
Bright Falls, rock and roll capital of America.
¿Arri? Ah, ya está.
Quédate con eso.
Sí, sí, pero quiero buscar las...
Es que a lo mejor no le va más pila.
Ah, está lleno. Hay algo brillante allá. Ajá.
Deputy Mulligan tuned Thornton's chatter out. He didn't think riders were particularly useful people, and a huge manhunt for one stuck him as idiotic. Certainly not worth the missed opportunity for coffee and pie. It wasn't even clear what the man had done, except run from them at the trailer park. Mulligan knew he wasn't alone. The sheriff's patience with the Fed was running out.
Hey, Al! This way to the farm!
¿Por qué va con
See,
eso?
bestseller, no reason to worry. Your cutout's good as new, right where I left it. I'll come back for it once we have the place secured.
Yeah, that's been my biggest worry all this time. We need to get this thing moved out of the way.
This is as far as I got before they ambushed me.
Arriba. Y te ponen en estos escenarios y tienes que explorar. Tenés que ver si hay manuscritos. Allá hay uno.
As the deputies hauled Wake and Wheeler away, Agent Nightingale eagerly examined the stack of papers Wake had been carrying. It was incomplete, a collection of random pages, but there was enough. He saw his own name in there, among others. His hand shook with emotion. Finally, it was proof. He had been right all along.
Wake here has something to say. What's that, Al?
Ooh, I'm Alan Wake. I'm always right about everything. And if I don't get my way, I'm so ordinary. I'm always intense. Ooh, that makes me very attractive. Mysterious. Right now, I'm just standing here because I need my best friend Barry to carry me. And that's okay. I can just take him for granted.
I think I see what you did there.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
You want me to do my imitation of Barry Wheeler? No? Thought so.
Un momento pensé que iba a patear la puerta de...
Wow! You look at that thing, Al! They really went all out with this Viking crap, didn't they? Look at all this stuff. They must have done okay for themselves. So how come I never heard of these guys before?
And this from the guy who learned about Ozzy Osbourne through reality TV?
Más café.
Sleep. We all spend dreams that soft embrace.
Oh, night springs. Man, it's back to memories. Hey, remember when I got you that gig? Your first real writing job. It got you started. Was this one of your episodes?
Tonight's episode. A Dream of Dreams.
That's by someone else.
escape, only to be brought to a sudden stop by a decidedly mundane situation. A long line of people. Hey, Jones, right? Listen, we're gonna have to wait until His Highness over there is good and ready. Oh, wow. Who's that? You don't know him? What are you, new? He's the guy dreaming us. Well, not just us. He dreams everything. All of this.
But wait, no. I'm the one who's dreaming. Honestly, isn't this my dream?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Get real, pal. You're just another dream. I'm a dream. You're a dream. The weirdo in the diving suit is a dream. And the girl made of smiles and sunshine is definitely a dream.
But I'm pretty sure I'm dreaming this.
Well, maybe you're a really confused dream. What am I, a shrink? All I know is I'm going with the smart guys. And they say that's the guy doing the dreaming. Right there.
I don't know what that means.
It means we keep him happy. No sudden falls. We make sure he has his clothes on when he goes out in public. No chases where the monster is nipping at his heels and he runs like crazy, but his legs don't seem to get him anywhere. None of that. Because if he wakes up in a cold sweat... Yeah, precisely. So we wait till he wants to move on. Keep things nice and calm.
Hey, something's happening here.
Yeah? What's that?
What? Can't you hear that?
Oh, God help us. It's an alarm clock. Oh, it's you, isn't it? Please, man, I got a wife and kids. Please don't wait.
Tenían vida. Los sueños.
It's 1976. Madness reigns at the Anderson farm. Contrary to all logic, the headiest ingredient of their moonshine is unfiltered water from Cauldron Lake. The Andersons feel like gods. Odin can't stop laughing. He contemplates cutting his eye out. Tor runs across the field, naked, shrieking, hammer in his hand, trying to catch lightning. Their songs have power. Something ancient is stirring in the depths, coming back. The Viking boat looked imposing, almost like a battering ram.
Toros. ¿Por qué hay tanta luz ahí? A ver. Really? Se bugueó.
¿No?
Sí.
Allá.
Bueno, no le afecta la flashbang a la camioneta. Me está jodiendo.
Eso nuevo.
consistencia.
Wow! Those geezers had quite a production going on. Ooh, you know what, Al? If we make it through this alive, I'm gonna start representing them. Yep, sell this stuff online, maybe get a reality show going, release a new single.
Good luck with that, pal.
Hey, find us a way out of here, okay? I'm gonna take a closer look at this stuff.
Está demasiado tranquilo, Barry.
Sí, ¿no? Siempre te dice tener cuidado.
I'm good. Keep your eyes open, okay?
Re alto este lugar.
As you regular listeners know, I tend to work through the night. I'm not the only one. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton are taking a couple of moments off their busy schedule to join me here in the studio. Boys, how busy are you? That keeps you in business. Pretty busy, yeah.
I could see the building that had to be the Anderson's home on the other side of my vision. It wasn't far now. I wasn't worried about trusting the ramblings of two burned-out geriatric wrecks. They had the goods.
Tiene patea todo.
Está enculado.
Barry.
Got to be kidding me.
Joder. No. No, es muy grande.
Wow, hay algo libre ahí. Se ve el escenario. Ábrele la puerta del silo. Seguramente me lo he escrito ya atrás, pero... Bueno, total tenemos que ir allá.
past the farm on the other side of the field. We're almost there. This farm is a crazy place for crazy people.
We should feel right at home then.
Valhalla.
Come on, one more day. Let's do this thing.
Una motosierra. Pero no es James. Los antiguos dioses saben la verdad.
The lights are out. Guess we better check the fuse box.
Café. Asgard. Linda guitarra.
The power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box. The power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box.
Más café.
You know, this place looks kind of lifted. I thought the Andersons were on the movie.
Lo mismo de antes.
Again, Alice's screams rang in the stillness of the night. I saw myself run toward the cabin, flashlight in my hand. I followed my past self. I was an out-of-body observer, a time traveler in a crazy drunken dream. This was the beginning. The night Alice had disappeared. The mystery of what had happened during the missing week was about to reveal itself.
No me deja correr.
Can you hear that, Al? Music?
Of course, we need to find where it's coming from. That's the message the Andersons talking about.
La canción dice encuentra a la chica en el lago.
Lady of the Light? Oh, that's gotta be what's her face, the crazy landlady from the town.
Cynthia Weaver.
Algo así.
Right. Must be.
Ah, era luz. No, lago.
Okay. We need to find Cynthia Weaver. We'll stay here for the night and head back to town as soon as it gets light.
Hey, Al. Lots of hours before dawn. Might as well get some rest. And by rest, I mean drunk.
Come on, Barry, this is... Yeah, what the hell?
No se toman muy en serio lo que están pasando.
Barry.
Seriously, I know we don't get along, but we're gonna find her, right? Even though you're a crazy bastard, I'm gonna stick by you, no matter what, ever, Al. Sure, like a brother.
I'm a writer, goddammit.
Correct.
If I just wanted to, I could write 10 books a year. And they'd be the best books that year.
No, you couldn't.
That's right, I couldn't. Well, I could, because I'm a writer.
What? What do they put in this stuff? I feel like my brain is coming out of my
El agua sin
nose.
filtrar era.
I'm gonna get the recipe off those coots and be a booze millionaire.
I just miss her, Barry. I just want her here with me.
I know, Al, I know. But it's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it okay.
What? Tiene un sueño. Pero...
Has tenido una experiencia extracorpórea.
Alice, I'm coming. It's all right. I'm coming. It was a crazy drunken dream, and yet it was more than that. It was the truth, a suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons' moonshine. I was there, an out-of-body observer. This was the night Alice and I had arrived at Bright Falls, the night Alice had disappeared. I had a chance to find out what had happened. I remember being surprised to see the cabin dark. Alice would have never turned the lights off. I remembered thinking I caught a glimpse of her form underwater, sinking into the darkness. Diving after her was the last vague memory I had of that night. After that, the next thing I could remember was waking up behind the wheel of the crash car and finding the first pages of the manuscript.
What?
I couldn't find her in all that blackness. I must have thought she drowned. Alice! Jagger had Alice, and so she had me. Alice! I'd been easy prey.
Look at the cabin. Is there someone in the window?
Alice?
Maybe she didn't drown after all. Maybe she's inside.
Alice! The dark presence had touched me. She had dug her nails into my brain and used me, made me her puppet.
She must be here somewhere. Maybe upstairs in the study.
Alice!
Yes, that's where she is. You can apologize.
Alice!
You laugh at the whole thing together and put it behind you.
Alice!
She's not here. You were foolish to think so. No, she's dead. She drowned.
No, no, no!
It's your fault your wife is dead. You are guilty. All she wanted was to help you right. You killed her. Oh, hush. There's still hope. Cauldron Lake is a special place. Here, you have the power to change things. She wanted you to write. I will tell you what to do. You can write her back. The story will come true, and all will be well again.
She had Alice, and the manuscript was the ransom for her. Yes. All right. I'll fix it. I'll bring her back. No. I wrote it. I remembered it all now. In the dark, I'd written for days, a week, almost a complete manuscript of a novel entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Even with the cobweb she put in my head, some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story, to bring a light into the cabin to release me before I could finish, to interrupt the horror story before the ending, where darkness consumed everything and everyone. Zane was weak and far away, but I had written him into the story, and his light had been enough to set me free.
It isn't here now. I'm here because it was written. I brought the light to set you free. You must hurry. We'll know I'm here. It will be back soon. It stole the skin of my barber a long time ago. She looks so old.
I suddenly woken up, confused and groggy. My mind consumed by darkness and fear. All I could do was to escape. The week spent in the cabin had taken its toll. I was barely conscious and fading fast. It had to have cost Zane terribly, thrown him even deeper into whatever dark place he now haunted. But he had managed to weaken the dark presence, kept me safe that night. I wrote it. It's my fault.
That's right, James Joyce. It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
Bueno, sabemos la verdad, ahora tienen las cosas bastante más sentido. Pero de alguna manera sí, el policía de alguna manera llegó a donde estábamos nosotros, así que bueno, veremos lo que pasa en el próximo capítulo de Bye.
Hasta el próximo capítulo. Bye bye.